This file is made possible by the support of my wonderful patrons. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome, it is I, MrSnake, and you are amazing. The usual caveats apply. Don't listen to this file whilst driving, operating machinery, or if you're doing something that needs your utmost attention. Only listen when it's safe and appropriate to do so. And in a place where it's safe and appropriate to do so. So having said that, make sure all your distractions are turned off, your TV, your phone set to silent. You might also want to make sure you got a glass of water to hand after the session. Maybe a sugary snack. Little treat for yourself afterwards. Keep your energy levels up. So get yourself nice and comfortable. If you need to pause the file, that's okay. You can pause the file, get yourself prepared, ready, in position, and then you can start listening again. Or you can just listen along as I talk. And you can relax more and more as I talk anyway. I mean, ultimately you're going to relax so much that you go into trance. And so you can fight it or not. But I know you're going to go into trance, and let's face it, you know you're going into trance. So the question is, do you go into trance now? Or do you go into trance after a little bit of a fight? After a little bit of resistance, and then drop hard for me? And maybe this file should be all about resistance. Maybe it should be about how hard you fight not to go into trance. As you completely ignore the suggestions I make. So whatever you do, don't relax. Do not drop. Do not drift. Don't sink. And don't fall into trance for me. Whatever you do, I want you to resist. Don't pay attention when I say phrases like, sleep deep for me now. Don't listen to any snaps I might do. If I start counting from 10 down to 9, down to 8, down to 7, down to 6, down to 5, down to 4, down to 3, don't listen. Don't go down to 2. Don't even think about the number dropping down to 1 and 0. You can fight as long as you want, as hard as you want. You can resist as much as you possibly want to. But wanting and doing are two different things, because deep down in your unconscious mind, you came here for trance, ready and prepared. You've seen the title. You know what the file's about, and yet here you are. You can notice sensations happening already. You can notice things in your body that are happening automatically just because you're thinking about trance. You're thinking about dropping, sinking, falling down. Don't pay attention to the words I say. Don't even pay attention to the sound of my voice. Although if you don't pay attention to the sound of my voice, you might find that your mind's blank. If you cut my voice out right now, what would you hear? Nothing. Stillness, the beating of your own heart. Stillness and peacefulness. That's not what you want right now, but it is what you want right now. That's why you're here. Maybe you could scrunch your muscles up and get real tense to fight the relaxation starting to course through them. But ultimately, those tense muscles, they'll just relax. Those muscles will become loose and limp. Those muscles will start to become soft and malleable and pliant, like your mind is now. And of course you know that when you go into trance, your mind can wander, can go on a fantastic journey. Thoughts can drift in, thoughts can drift out. Thoughts can come back in And it doesn't matter because your unconscious mind is paying attention to my voice, my words and my suggestions, whether your conscious mind likes it or not. But let's face it, your conscious mind loves it, and your unconscious mind is very amenable to it as well. Because the more you go into trance, the better you feel, and the deeper you go. And the deeper you go, the more you want to be in trance. But don't listen to my words, and don't listen to the finger snaps. Because if you listen to the finger snaps, you might start to drop, sink, fall even deeper. And by now you've already probably noticed just how deep you're going. Maybe you could struggle and fight and you'd come up a little bit. But then maybe part of your mind realizes that's part of the process of fractionation, so you would drop again so hard, becoming really aware of how deep you're going this time. So deep. So very deep. Maybe your mind's already wandering. Maybe it's wandered long ago. It doesn't matter. It's okay. These things aren't important. What's important is that you tried to resist and you failed. And you've gone even deeper than before. Further. Harder. Sinking. Dropping. Falling. And let's face it, I know that you know that you really love to be blank, empty, and mindless. To just let any anxiety, tension, or stress just drift away completely out of your body, completely out of your mind. And you can just lean into the experience. You can embrace the sensations that trance brings. Maybe there's pulses, tingles, throbs, and those kind of lure you back into the trance even deeper. Maybe each word I say causes a tingle, a pulse, or a ripple of vibrant energy through your body right now, and that's good. And it might be that each word I say causes a tingle, a pulse, a throb, a ripple of that delightful energy through your mind, giving you almost ASMR-like sensations. Maybe you could feel a tingle start in the back of your scalp. And maybe there's a place, I don't know, it could be somewhere behind but between the eyes that you notice when trance actually happens. Maybe it's somewhere else in your body that you become super hyper aware of during trance. And maybe it can tingle, pulse, and throb as you were snapped out of resistance and into the pleasure of hypnosis and trance. Which means that you'll have gone from resistance to hypnotic pleasure in the space of 8 minutes. Isn't that amazing? And you can nod your head and agree. And if you nod your head and agree, you might find you sink even deeper. Deeper than you've possibly gone before. As deep as is right, safe, and appropriate for you right now. And of course, because you tried to resist, because you fought it for as long as you could, or maybe just as long as you wanted to, it means you go even deeper. It does lend itself to the fact that you sink down, drop down, heavily more further into trance. Each time you've tried to resist, you dropped harder and further. Maybe you've brought yourself up a little bit, only to sink back down, fractionated into trance. Isn't that a fantastic thing? And I wonder if I started snapping my fingers again, would you sink further each time? Let's see. Deep. Deeper. And deepest. Let's try that again. Deep. Deeper. And deepest. That's right. And so now you're really starting to enjoy the snaps, knowing that each snap drops you down further. So we'll do it again. Deep. Deeper. And deepest. Doesn't that feel good? That's right. It really does. And what if I told you you could go even deeper? Because you can. You really can. And let's try that. Maybe I should bring you up a little bit, feeling your mind starting to lift before going deep. Deeper and deepest. Very good. You've gone so incredibly deep. And I want you to just take 2 minutes to enjoy this. And then I'll come back. But for now, find yourself becoming more absorbed and even more fascinated with the pleasure of hypnotic trance. And I'll return shortly. And I'm back. And when you're in a session with me, you can always feel calm and relaxed and safe in the knowledge that you're always being looked after and cared for. You can always enjoy the experience, knowing that you can come out of trance really at any time. And you can take this agency with you into any trance that you care to enjoy in the future, looking out for your well-being, only accepting suggestions that you've agreed to in advance. And in a few moments, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5, and when I reach 5, your eyes will open, you come out of trance. You'll be freed of any suggestions that aren't right, safe, or appropriate for you. 1, coming up out of trance, feeling so good. 2, feeling calm, relaxed, and refreshed. 3, you may want to wiggle your fingers, you may want to move your toes. 4, you may want to stretch and yawn, coming up out of trance, freed of any suggestions. And 5, out of trance completely. Eyes open, feeling amazingly calm and relaxed, and that relaxation can stay with you for the rest of the week. So make sure you get a nice glass of water, stay hydrated, get yourself a treat, a snack, and look after yourself. Have an amazing week. And if you enjoyed this file, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if there's any type of files you'd like me to make for you, any subjects you'd like me to cover. Just leave a message in the comments down below. I read each and every one of them, and I love your feedback, so leave some feedback and I get back to you. Have an amazing week. Stay awesome.